All right, good morning, grade sevens. Today we are taking on unit 8.6, which is transformations. Now, transformations actually include two different things that you do with shapes on a graph. The first one we're going to look at is translation. So you're moving things from one place to another. So let's look at the shape we have right here. You can see we have our Cartesian plane. We have a little shape here. Now, there's a couple ways that we can translate it, but first we need to know where is it going. If this shape is going to stay the exact same shape, but it's going to move, let's find out where. So for this one, let's say that it's going to go, let's say 4 over and 4, no, let's do 5 down, okay? We don't have a lot of room to go up or to go left, but we can go down and we can go over. So here's where we are. So there's a couple ways to do it. I'll show you the first way, which is you pick a point. I'm going to pick this corner right here, and then we're going to move it 4 over and 5 down. So 4 over, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to do this on the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be at -1, -4. Then you do the exact same thing with all 4 points. So I'm going to start off with the top one, and I'm going to go 4 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be at -1, -1. Then let's do this one. Same deal, 4 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with the last one, same thing, 4 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you know what? I misdrew the last one because look, my shape would not be a perfect rectangle. So that was an easy way for me to catch my mistake. So it looks like when I did that, my very first one, I must have miscounted. Let's check. So this bottom corner here, let's see if it lines up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 5. 1, oh, shouldn't click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. I caught a mistake that I made. And now so did you. So you can see once I've done this, now all I have to do is connect the 4 corners like so. And now I've done my 4 over, 5 down. Now, there's another way you can do it. This way, the way I just did is probably the more foolproof way, and it's easier to catch a mistake because, as you can see, my very first one I did it wrong by accident. I miscounted, but I could tell right away it looked weird. So I knew I had made a mistake, and 3 of them lined up and 1 didn't. So I kind of knew which one was the wrong one. So this is probably the way I just showed you is probably the best way to do it. Another way you can do it, and the second way works better with simple shapes like this one. So let's give ourselves, let's see here. Let's do this. Gotta be careful. I don't want to actually erase that thing. All right, let's give ourselves a new number, a new thing here. Okay, let's say we're gonna go 5 over and 1 down, okay? So I'm gonna pick the top corner right here, as you can see. Now I'm gonna go 5 over, 1 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 down, which would put me at 0, 3 right here. I'm going to double check that since it's the only one I'm going to do just to make sure since I made a mistake last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, 1 down. That checks out. Now I just have to redraw that shape from that corner. So from that corner it would go 1 over, so 1 over, 2 down, 2 down, 1 over, 1 to the right, and then 2 up. So with simple shapes, this way works quite well to just do that. As long as your one thing that you translate is perfect. Or the more kind of specific way to do it is to move each individual corner, move them all those times. For more complex shapes, it's better. And also, it's a great way to see if you've made a mistake. Because if I did the same thing as last time, if I made a mistake on my first move, I would have had that entire shape one off. So that's one way to do it. You move it over and you move it down. One more example, not to belabor the point. Here we are. So on this one, let's go, we'll go 5 up, and we'll go 2 to the right, so we have just enough space to do. So let's do that right now. We'll do the 3 points move because it's, like I said, it's a little more specific. It's a little bit better of a job, I feel like. So over 2, I'll count with my mouse so you guys can see that. 1, 2 over, and then 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that leaves us at 7 over, 3 up. 7 over, 3 up. Let me double check that, make sure we got it right. Because remember, if this will be, it's important to get the first one right. 2 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, good. So we've done this one. Let's do the bottom one. 2 over, 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a little spot right there. And as you can see, this is too tall and this is too tall, which is perfect. So we know that, so we're good. Now, if I wanted to draw it out, I could say, okay, well, this is 3 over, so we just go 1, 2, 3 and put our dot, or we can move this point right here over 2 and up 5. So let's do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, so we're at 4 over, 1 up, and then we connect our dots. And the notebook kind of makes it a little prettier for me. I'm a little bit off, as you can see, but again, using a stylus. So that is translation. That's kind of the most of it. It's pretty simple once you get used to it, once you do a little practicing. Now, again, you guys are gonna have to use grid paper. You're gonna be basically drawing out the picture and then moving the picture you just drew. If we were together, I would probably be giving you handouts so you wouldn't have to draw it and then reflect it, or translate it, but these are the days we live in. It shouldn't be too bad for you. Okay, so translation is when you take a shape and you move it a certain amount. Now, reflection, when you think of reflection, probably you're thinking of the mirror, right? You look at something and it's giving you back exactly what you're putting into it. It's giving you the mirror version. So that's what this is going to be. Now, with mirror versions, every mirror has a point of reflection, right? Now, where I do this reflection is going to depend on where my line of reflection is. So first off, I'm going to show you where our line of reflection. Our line of reflection for this one is going to be right on the y-axis. So I'm going to draw a little red line so we know I'm going to mirror it from that point. So the way you do it is you just do opposite. So if this point right there is 1 to the left of the line, then its reflection will be 1 to the right of the line. This bottom point here is 1 to the left of 3, so this will be 1 to the right of 3, and then we'll connect them. This back corner here is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left of 3, or sorry, 4 to the left of 4, and this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to the right, like that. And then our bottom corner here is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left of 2. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll connect those two. And then we have this point, which is 1, 2, 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, connect them, and then we can finish off our shape. So just like before, you can move each individual point if you want, which is the more precise way to do it. Or you can move 1 or 2 points and then draw the rest from there. If it's a shape with lots of straight lines, it's a lot easier just to kind of redraw it that way. Sometimes they'll give you triangles that are weird angles and stuff. And especially if it's a triangle, it's only 3 points anyway. You're better off just moving the 3 points and connecting them, I find anyway. Maybe your brains work better than that. I find with straight edge shapes like this one, I can do it either way. Now, our line of reflection makes a big difference on where we draw the reflection. For example, you can take the exact same original shape, and let's say our line of reflection was, instead of it being along this y-axis, let's say it was along the x-axis right here. Well, what is that going to look like? So I'll show you. So we'll start from this corner. So that's 2 up from -4. So this one will be 2 down from -4. Same thing for this one. 2 up from -3, 2 down from -3, and those are connected. Then this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 up from -4. This one right here. So we'll go 1. Oh, 1 second. I need to. 1, 2, 3. 1 second here. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 2 up. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Connect that. Now again, same thing. We'll do this corner. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4 down. And now I feel like I'm comfortable enough that I can draw the rest of it out. Right? So the reflection, wherever the reflection is, makes a big difference on where you're going to draw that reflection. The first one, we had the exact same shape to start with, but one, it was a y-axis, and one, it was an x-axis. And the mirror line does not have to be on an axis. I could have put it, for example, let me just do this. Actually, we'll go down to the next example. No, let's actually not. Yes, let's do this. Okay. So say my line of reflection, maybe it's not even on a line. Maybe it's touching the picture right there. So then this corner stays where it is. This corner stays where it is. This top corner right here, we know it's up to from the line of reflection. So that means it's down to. So it goes like that. This one's 1 in, so 1 in. And then our line, because our line of reflection is different, you can see it's a mirror image, minus my shaky drawing with a stylus, of that shape. Sometimes they'll give you 2 pictures and they'll ask you, where is the line of reflection in this picture? Or where's the mirror point of that picture? And all you have to do is say, okay, where are the 2 things line up? All right, a couple more examples of this. This one is not really, I don't find reflection to be a lot harder than translation, but sometimes I think some brains take a little longer to get a kind of a latch on it. So here's a shape where the line of reflection is already in the picture. So that's a little bit like, right? But it's not that bad. And I'll show you how to do it. So we're going to use a different colored ink so that helps you kind of follow where it is. So if A, and we're going to label the corners, which is important, especially when there's overlap. So if A is 2 to the right from the line of, so you can see right here, A is 2 to the right from the line of reflection. That means that our alternate A is going to be 2 to the left. So I'm going to put it right here. A. And when you're drawing a reflection, you write the same letter, but you put a little like bloop, little comma there. And then let's do C next. C is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. So that means the reflection is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be C with a little comma, not C1. And then finally, here's our line of reflection. B is 2 to the left of 2. So it's going to be 2 to the right of 2. 2 to the right of 2. And that's going to be the mirror image of B. So now all we have to do is we need to connect these lines. Now, because they don't look quite perfectly reflected, but that's because the notebook software I'm using is trying to like tidy up my messy handwriting, which is nice normally, but it makes it look a little less like, because normally it would be perfect, because you can see it actually moved. Let's see if I can actually, no, it's not gonna let me. Oh, maybe. No, it changed the size of them and stuff, but you get the idea. Like it would look if it had been a little bit more, if I hadn't changed it, they would overlap perfectly. So that's all you do. Even though it looks confusing with them on top of each other, you just have to kind of move the 3 points, kind of almost ignore the first thing, and then just connect them. All right. one last example here, and then we will set you loose on the work. So we have one with the line of reflection is going this way, not this way, which I already kind of showed you, but we'll show you again. So here we have A. A is 1 down from -4, so now it's going to be 1 up from -4. And we label it A, comma. B is 1, 2, 3 down from -5, so the new one's going to be 1, 2, 3 up from -5. I think I told you guys this, but I like doing these reflections and translations. They're so much fun. Which was kind of a weird math idea, but I do enjoy doing it. It's kind of a fun little activity. It's nice at the end of the year to have some math that's not really number crunching, to just have some kind of like free form. All the people who like to draw probably enjoy it. So C is 1 down from -1. Now it's going to be 1 up from -1. Remember, we're just doing the opposite. We're in Bizarro world where everything's slightly off. And then finally, D is 3 down from +2. So it's going to be 3 up from +2. Right there. That's going to be D, comma. And now what I have to do is draw the reflection. And it won't be a perfect reflection because I don't draw perfectly, and especially once the computer tries to pretty up my lines. But there you have it. And that's another reflection. So yeah, translations, where you're moving things over and down, side to side. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Reflections, where you pick a line of reflection and you draw it, or pick a line of reflection and then you draw it. Same thing here. Reflections can cross each other. That's okay, even if you don't like doing it. And then here's another reflection. So translation, reflections, they're all called transformation. Don't forget that. And the work, kind of the examples and the explaining, if you want a book to do it for you, it's on page 320, 321, and 322. All right, and that concludes our lesson for today. I hope you have a great day.